Good morning, everybody. Today's February the 1st of 2024. My name is Julian Mangine. I'm an associate broker as a realtor with West Shores Realty. I'm also a mortgage broker with West Shores Financial. And I'm over here in Redondo Beach is where my office is. Here's the office side. Right behind me, I have a warehouse full of furniture that I use for staging my clients' listings. Part of the process is that I'll stage my clients' listings free of charge as a value add for them. So that's always something that I offer, but the warehouse is right behind us. And today I'm actually coming and talking to you guys because I wanted to discuss one of the recent sales that I had that closed in December of last year. So a little over a month ago, the property sold, and it was a hoarder property. This property was in pretty atrocious condition. The gentleman had passed away, and the heirs of the estate reached out to me to help them with renovating, getting the property ready for market, as well as getting the property on the market and selling it. Pretty successful process, and you will see from the slideshow that I'm going to show you that the original condition of the home was atrocious. So that's pretty much almost as bad as they come when it comes to hoarder properties. But I'll take you through a slideshow to show you some of the services that we offer and how we help guide our clients through the entire process. So I'm going to do a screen share with you. Right, we got the main screen going up here, and then I'll step you guys through the process. So, like I said, my name is Julian Mangine. I am an associate broker with West Shores Realty. I am also a certified probate and trust specialist. That's a designation that I got through the Association of Realtors. Some additional continuing education as well as testing to get certified as a probate and trust specialist, just to show that that's a area that I focus on and then well versed at. Again, Julian Mangine, the broker associate with West Shores Realty. I am a realtor as well as a mortgage broker. I'm out of Redondo Beach, although I cover all of California. So I'll take you through this property here. So the presentation is some of the estate that was brought to me. Owner had passed away. Me and my team took over the property and got it renovated, ready for market. Sold, put on market, and I also staged it free of charge to make sure that the first impression that we showed the prospective buyers was the best that we possibly could. So I'll take you through some of the steps. As far as hoarder properties go, this one, it wasn't the sheer volume of stuff that's there, because some hoarder properties you'll see where they have small walk paths where you can barely get through, and it's a lot more volume of things you have to get rid of. This one wasn't as atrocious on the volume side, but you'll see some of the conditions were pretty horrendous. So my team went in here. We literally took it over from the clients. This property, we had to go through the property before all the haul stuff was ready to be hauled out. The estate was looking specifically for any valuables as well as their stock certificates. There was a very large volume of stock certificates that were missing from the estate, and the expense to have those stock certificates reprinted would have been somewhere around $60,000. So had I not been able to find those stock certificates, it would have cost the estate a significant amount of money to have the stock certificates reprinted, and it's because it's a percentage of the value of the stocks. And I went through everything on this property to ensure that we weren't missing anything. Did find the stock certificates as well as other valuable belongings. So I'll take you through here. Living room was a bunch of junk, and carpet in the area was saturated with unidentified substances, is the best way to say it. Kitchen had been in horrible condition. You'll see the countertops there had been cracked and rusted off. We later came in and had the sink reglazed. So the sink and the bathtub, we ended up reglazing them. The estates didn't want to do a full renovation. So a typical renovation, when you're trying to maximize top dollar, we would have gutted the kitchen and both bathrooms and completely redone them. In this case, it was part of an HOA, so there's multiple buildings within that HOA. The process of getting approval from the HOA is very labor intensive and takes a very long time to get approved to be able to do heavy duty renovations. So the estate elected not to do full heavy duty renovations, but just to beautify it, to at least get the top dollar we could for a beautified property that is not in this horrendous condition. So we'll step you through here. You'll see, that fridge, it already had been multiple months that the decedent had already passed away, so the fridge was full of mold. Fridge ended up getting, fridge and the appliances were all ended up throwing them out because they were in horrendous condition. We couldn't well, I'll go through. So here was the office. That's where we had to go through literally every single bag there to look through the paperwork to find the stock certificates that we did end up finding. In addition, there was a second built out closet within this office that we later ripped out to get back to the original maximized square footage of that to be more in line with a spare bedroom rather than an office. All the paneling in the property was removed. So you'll see throughout a lot of these pictures, there's panelings on many of the walls, and then there's also some wallpaper in multiple spots that we ended up getting rid of. Again, this is another angle from the office. That's about 4 feet tall worth of trash and paperwork and documents that we had to go through all of it before tagging and bagging it up to bring it out to the dumpster and trailer that took it away to the dump. So me and my team took over this house entirely from the administrator of that estate. The administrator handed over the keys and didn't want to deal with any of it. So we dealt with absolutely everything. So the team, we gutted the entire property, took all the belongings out, got them to the dump. We took out all the wood paneling that you'll see throughout the house, and then the entire unit got painted. A lot of beautification, and then we had the carpet replaced in there as well. I'll keep showing you. Going over to the master bedroom now from the office. Master bedroom, the carpet again had very big areas of extremely soiled, sticky, not sure what it was that came from, but there was multiple areas in this clear out that required the team actually wearing hazmat suits because the condition was so bad. The bathroom, you will see both bathrooms are in horrendous condition. Here's the one bathroom, mildew, soap scum there. You can see the condition all over. It had to be treated, and then all of it cleared out. The task of going through and ripping out all the bathroom would have been a multi-month labor-intensive process because it takes quite a while to get approval through the HOA. So we didn't want to elect to go through that. Instead, we just cleaned up all the bathroom enclosure. We did end up having it reglazed, which is really just for beautification. It's not really intended on a long-term solution. And this home was over $1 million. So we were anticipating that the future owners were going to end up ripping everything out anyways to, bring it to the condition or, the finishings that they like the most. So we were just trying to beautify this property. You'll see, there was holes behind the toilet there. This whole area was soiled and atrocious. That hole was letting in rats. There were rats within the unit before. We had to get that sealed up and cleaned out. Secondary bathroom was filled with human waste and soiled toilet paper. So this bathroom required full hazmat suit to go in and respirator to go in and empty out, to bag out all the human waste and toilet paper. So it was in atrocious condition. Both bathrooms actually ended up having carpet in the restrooms and the bathrooms, so that was horrible. So like I said, we didn't do a full heavy duty remodel. Usually when people are trying to absolutely maximize everything, they will go through and rip out kitchen, rip out bathrooms, and do full ground up renovation. But because this was part of a HOA and the approval process, the time extension, everything that would have taken to do that, they didn't elect to go through that portion. So here we did do new laminate flooring on top of the existing flooring in the bathroom. Kitchen, we left the way that it was. There was certain things we could do that didn't require in-depth approval from the HOA. Had we in the bathrooms went and changed out and wanted to put down tile, that would have required going through the approval process. So we elected to not go through that. Again, we're just trying to beautify it to show people, the potential, and then realizing with this home, people were going to end up fine tuning it themselves. And that is what ended up happening. So here I'm going to take you through now that the home, I showed you the before of some of the horrendous. Afterwards, everything fully painted. When we ripped out, this wall had wallpaper that was atrocious that had to get steamed off to be able to take it off the wall. Some baseboards had to be replaced because there used to be the wood paneling, so we had to add baseboards. But then did a full paint job of the entire unit, including the ceiling. This one was popcorn ceiling. Normally with a full renovation, we would have straight popcorn ceiling and all the flat ceiling because that's a lot more of the modern style. In this case, that would have been a large expense to get that portion done because that would have been very labor intensive. So instead, elected to paint the existing ceiling, and again, allow the future owners to determine how they want to do that on their own thereafter. Here is the staging that we did do for the property, and I'll bring you right in. You can see from the pictures before where it was drab and the drapes were covering everything and making all the view completely not seeable and very, very dated and ugly. We completely opened up everything, took the drapes down, showcased really the view of this property is amazing. Within the background there is Terranea Resort, which is a big, large, basically local staycation getaway for a lot of people here in the South Bay. But then we staged it and, just showcased it a bit without having to go crazy in depth on the renovation. We'll look at different angles. Obviously, the view is what sells this property. It's one block off the ocean there in Rancho Palos Verdes. Beautiful property. We'll keep going through here. Again, just showing the views. We staged the property. The prettier you can make a home, the easier it is for a prospective buyer to be able to envision themselves living in that home. The better it's going to be for helping to get this property sold. On a full-blown renovation where we would have done everything, we would have changed out the mirrors, because the gold trim around the mirrors is not the modern style. But again, in this case, we weren't doing a full complete renovation. We were just doing a minor renovation to be able to showcase it. And this is that's still the other half of the master, just showing the view on that picture. Really, this was what was the office. So where the paperwork was found, where the head of that bed is, where the pillows were sitting in this picture, is where the wooden built out desk area was. So that whole thing got ripped out to maximize the square footage of that room, to better showcase it as a spare bedroom rather than an old dated wood built out drafting desk. Now here we are in the living room. Living room just showing that we're trying to just kind of bring it to a blank slate. Obviously, we didn't update full renovation. We would have gutted the kitchen and put nice new countertops, new cabinets, and beautified it quite a bit more. This was not a full renovation. This was just a beautify it a little bit so people can envision what they wanted to do themselves. We did swap out with some used appliances. The existing appliances were extremely dated. The washer itself, or the dishwasher, had huge issues, and then the stove was literally from the 60s. So we got used appliances and put used appliances in this property just to showcase what it looks like a little bit more modern without going to the full expenditures of new priced appliances, and especially new priced appliances in this kitchen where it's anticipated and this kitchen's going to get ripped out anyways. That wouldn't have made sense. Did some tile correction right around the sink there. So the sink, we did have the tile patched, and then we had the sink reglazed, much like we had the bathroom enclosure reglazed, which you'll see. This was the bathroom enclosure where all the mildew was on it before. We also took off the shower enclosure because the shower enclosure that was there was super dated as well as dirty and gross. Shower enclosure we couldn't have reglazed, so that would have made it look a lot worse. In this case, having it reglazed just shows a blank slate so that the future buyers can basically envision what they'd like within that space. So this is that. We did put the vinyl flooring on top of the existing subfloor that was there before. Another angle just showing the enclosure being reglazed. The other shower, we didn't reglaze that. There wasn't the need, because even with that reglazed, really the reality is that whoever's looking at that is for the over $1 million price point, they're probably going to be ripping that out and going modern with some nicer stone and modernizing it quite a bit. So we realized that wasn't necessary to go super in depth with that secondary bathroom. Same thing with the vanities. Normal remodel, we would have ripped out vanities and put modernized ones in here. In this case, that would have required approval through the HOA. We didn't want to add the time to go through that process, so we left it the way that it was and just beautified, showcase what we did have. Here's where the property was, overlooking Rancho Palos Verdes, overlooking the ocean there, literally a block off of the ocean. Older dated property, but tremendous views, and the views are what the value of the property was. So that was a little bit of what we showcased there. That property was just showing that, from step number one, after meeting with the administrator, they handed it over to us. They never had to deal with another aspect of the property. We handled absolutely everything. from getting it renovated, brought in the guys to come do the renovation and beautify it, there's lots of different tiers that we are capable of doing, whether we're just doing a light renovation to show, or if we're going more in depth. Let's go over here and stop the slideshow. So I'm back over. Yeah, that one was just beautifying it to be able to show people the potentials that are there without going to a full renovation. We can bring on the teams to do full renovations, whatever level it is that we're looking at. We have the resources to bring those people on. I offer with my clients free staging. That's part of my listing, is that I'm willing to invest in the clients. I have the expenses of bringing in the furniture as well as the staff. You got to have the staff to come deliver and set up and all those things. So that's part of what I provide as a realtor, and what I provide to my clients to help showcase the best possible scenario that we can to prospective buyers. But that's just a little bit to show, part of the things that we do. Obviously, we have our other nice listings. We end of last year just sold a Manhattan Beach property for $3 million. That home was gorgeous. We didn't have to go through renovations. The house was practically turnkey, very little things that need to be rectified. And we deal with all aspects. So whether it's the horrible nitty gritty like this Hoarder scenario, or it's showcasing properties on the beach that are beautiful and gorgeous, we handle it all. And we are your one-stop concierge for real estate. So if you know anybody that is looking to buy, sell, or finance real estate anywhere in California, I'd love the opportunity to earn the business and discuss it with them. And I'm available to you. Thanks so much for watching the video. Appreciate it. If you have any comments, feel free. And you can always reach me at 310-650-3064. Have a great day.